I am here live on all the channels: Facebook, World of NLP Group, YouTube, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. Good evening to all my viewers. It's 6:31 now, and I'm here live with all of you. We are going to cover today NLP and professional life with the questions. And before I go ahead, I would like to know from all of you, are you able to hear me? And if yes, give me a thumbs up. All my YouTube viewers, my Facebook viewers, hello everyone there. I can see you, people joining in. Lovely, lovely viewers. Thank you so much. Are you able to hear my voice, everyone? Are you able to hear my voice? Do let me know through the message here. Are you able to hear my voice? Fantastic. Lovely. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Umakant. Good evening. Thank you, the Facebook users over there. Good evening. I can see you all. As in, I can see that there are viewers over there. I can't see the name. Thank you so much. You can hear me loud and clear. That's lovely. That's lovely. Great. Fantastic. Let's start our show today. So, welcome, viewers. Thank you so much. Hi, Amita. Good evening from LinkedIn over there. Thank you so much for joining in the show, everyone. We have been doing continuously the Tuesday live shows in which we are talking a lot about NLP. In the last few shows, we have spoken about NLP and coaching. Hey, Akshay, good evening. We also spoke about affirmations and language patterns. We also spoke about NLP and influencing. We also spoke about what is NLP, and as well as we spoke about NLP and personal development. Today, I would like to focus on the questions which I have received on the topic of NLP and professional life. I already have some of the topics or some of the questions with me. We're going to run this Q&A on NLP and professional life for 45 minutes. I do have some questions around which has been sent by some of the viewers, two of them through email, few of them from the WhatsApp, and some of them also from the Facebook. If any of you have any questions around NLP and professional life, please feel free to ask me over here, and I would be happy to answer all of you. And before I go ahead, let me introduce myself to some people who are new to this platform. Hi, everyone. I am Rithima Dua. I'm the only New Code NLP trainer and the coach here. I'm running diploma courses in New Code NLP, which is a rare with ITA, International Trainers Academy, and signed by John Grinder, Michael Carroll, and Carmen Bostic. I'm glad that I have become one of the only Indian women doing that here in India. And I am also glad that we are running this process to actually help and enable the coaches to transform themselves. Well, with that, we are also running classic code NLP courses, as well as we have our webinar coming up on how to become a coach using NLP and New Code NLP, in which we are going to talk in depth for 2.5 hours on Thursday, 2nd of September. My team would be sending the message of registration link. You can register for that. It's free, yes. It's a 2.5 hour serious discussion. If people who are really interested to go more deeper, we're going to have one-to-one discussion over there. Hi, Naveen. Hello, Vinod. Hi, Vikram Sinha. Hey, Sandeep. Thank you so much. Lovely, and have a good evening. Sandeep, hey, Akshay. Thank you so much. And all the viewers, good evening, and thank you so much for joining in. I hope that I made sense. And if you are coming over there, yes, please join in. The link would be coming in soon by my team on all the platforms to all of you. So I will see you live in the session for 2.5 hours on 2nd September, Thursday, on NLP and coaching. Let's get started with some of the questions which I already have for today for the 45 minutes. Okay, so there's a question by Sandeep. I will take your question, Sandeep. I have one more question, which is around NLP and professional life, and then I will go ahead with Sandeep's question. I have a question on NLP and professional life by a user, and the client says that Can I use NLP in professional life? Oh, yes. The answer is yes. Uh, the next statement which the client has made is, I have heard that NLP is only used for confidence and personal development. Yes, absolutely right. Then how can it be used in professional life? Okay, all right. Let me go back to the question asked by Amol. This question is asked by Amol, and he's talking about that NLP. A lot of people have heard that NLP is used for confidence, for building up, goals, etc. How do I use it in professional life? So my answer to you, Amol, is very simple. First of all, if you're using any tool which you're using it for personal development, of course it is going to benefit you in your professional goals, right? That's one. Number two, NLP tools, like the way we use meta questions and the way we train you to utilize the meta patterns, identify the meta patterns, and challenge, for example, if you are managing a team, challenge your team to upscale themselves, or challenge your team to take a task which they are not willing to take, or challenge your team to adapt to change, right? There is a lot of change going on. If you learn NLP, you would be able to do this very easily. This is only one application which I'm talking about in professional life. NLP as a tool, neuro linguistic programming is a big toolkit. It has the tools. Always I have said that the toolkit is available to you. It would depend on you as a carpenter seeing the plain place, which is, say, a construction place, a field, and then you decide what kind of particular building, what kind of complex, what kind of place you would like to build. One of the very important pattern or a concept or a tool in NLP has been for me also language. When I am meeting people one on one, especially, or when I am having a conversation with people one on one, when I am talking about their team performances, there is there is a lot of information which the individual gives us without them knowing they are giving us. You as a professional would be able to identify, number one, where your team or a team member is stuck. Number two, challenge them at that point. Number three, very slowly and subtly help them to influence by challenging that question without any force. I hope that this is useful for you to understand that it is quite deeper study. And yes, it would come only by practice and getting into it. It won't come just by me talking and telling you. Yes, it would come with a lot of practice. So I can see you maybe in on 2nd of September on Thursday, and we can discuss more on that. Let me know, viewers, did you understand my explanation towards using it in professional life on one area, which is team members, and influencing them? I'm going ahead, and if you have any clarifications, if you want any clarifications, do ask me. I'm going ahead. Sandeep, hi, good evening. I'm taking Sandeep's question, and then I'll move on to other question which I have a list. I have a question from Sandeep from YouTube. Lovely to see you, Sandeep, over there. Concept of money according to NLP and how to acquire it in abundance. Lovely. Sandeep, the concept of money and how to acquire it in abundance, to utilize it, or your question is how to acquire money in abundance using NLP tools and concepts. I'm taking it in this way, Sandeep. I hope that is okay with you. Do write me a chat if that is okay with you. I'm taking your question as how to acquire money in abundance using NLP tools and concepts. If I can take it in this way, it would be very helpful for many viewers who are listening to us, Sandeep. Just let me know if it is a yes, and I'm going ahead. While I wait, maybe in between, you may write me yes, or you may, if you disagree, you can also write me another question on that. So I'm going ahead for this right now. I think anything can be acquired in alignment with what you want. And when I say alignment, I mean uh, whether you are internally completely aligned with what you are attracting to. So abundance means, oh Lord, everything is just there, right? Which means that whatever your necessities are is being taken care by the law of universe or attraction, whatever. I firmly believe that what NLP or the tools or the concepts of NLP, Sandeep, can help you with is, for example, New Code NLP. The concept of coaching being developed by John Grinder and Carmen Bostic is very intriguing. It's very interesting for me. And they talk about the misalignment of the goals. If there is a misalignment of the goals, for example, let's take money. If there is someone who is asking for abundance in money, or they would like to have abundance in money, they would come back to, okay, what specifically is abundance? NLP will help you to be specific, number one. Then NLP will help you to align your goals, what you want to achieve for that money. So, the very thin line of alignment, when people are not aligned, they are missing on their own task, they are missing on their own small deadlines which they do, because they're internally they are not aligned. So for using NLP for abundance in money, number one, what specifically is abundance? What specifically will be abundance for you? How specifically abundance looks like or sounds like or feels like to you? Number one. Number two, how specifically would you like to achieve abundance? So, when you would have abundance, what specifically would it look like, and how would you achieve that? What specifically will lead us to abundance? So then write down three different things, and then those three different things I can work with you or I can work with anyone to align their goals at the unconscious level completely, and then it just happens and happens and happens. And with all this, Sandeep, Amita is there. She can also maybe write. I think she's on Facebook. She can write on the YouTube there. um, One of the very important things, Sandeep, is how are you maintaining your state to continuously achieve abundance? So, one of the tools in NLP, especially in new code NLP, works around state on demand. So, you have the state on demand when you want it. It is that way. So, is your state also aligned to attract abundance to what you want to have? If people can just follow this concept, I think it would be super easy. It would be super, super easy. I have utilized the concept of, Sandeep, managing my states and keeping my states. When I am keeping my state, I am very easily able to achieve my goals, and my team is able to achieve my goals. And then we also know the other side. When they are falling on the state, if my team is falling on the state, the only thing is that they know that I'm only falling on the state, and they get back to the state with new code NLP games. Quite detailed, yeah. Okay, all right. I hope that maybe it is clear to you, Sandeep. I have given a lot of information at this moment. I understand that it would be a lot at this moment, maybe. And maybe I can see you in the 2nd September show, in which I can give more details around what I'm talking about. My answer in simple words is yes. Is it a process? Yes. Can we utilize a process? Yes, absolutely. All right. Hey, Amishi, lovely to see you. Amishi has been there in New Code NLP, and she has been doing amazing work with their coaches, with her coaches now. Thank you, Amishi, for spreading your vibes around India now for doing New Code NLP in clean format with coaching. Thank you so much, Amishi, for being here. Darren, oh, thank you so much, Darren. I hope that I keep doing my task. And yes, maintaining my state with new code games is what I perceive and would like to do. Thank you so much. Lovely. I have a next question there. I'm going to the next question. All of you, if you have any question, please feel free to ask that question. Sandeep, please let me know if you have any other clarifications you would like to have. Okay, I have a question from Srishti now. Hi, Srishti. Srishti's question is, I am aspiring HR professional. Okay, she is going to be an HR professional fully. She's doing MBA in HR. Will NLP help me in my career development as an HR? All right. People over there who know about NLP can definitely write a lot about how NLP can be utilized in HR. Before I go ahead, I have other viewers over here. Hey Atul, good evening. So lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Um, Thanks, Amishi. Yes, Sandeep is asking about law of vibration. I will come to you, Sandeep, definitely. Let me answer Srishti right now on HR, and then I'll come back to you on the law of attraction. So Srishti's question is around she's going to be an HR, aspiring HR, and how is it going to help her in career development? Again, my answer is yes. Why do I say yes on using NLP in any of the life I or sorry in any of the career or in any of the professions or in any of the problems or in any of the situations rather, is because I think it's like again all the tools of a mechanic is given to you in the bag, and when the mechanic goes to that particular problem, wherever the problem is or wherever the situation is, whatever thing is not working, whether your refrigerator or whether your microwave, the mechanic knows to pick up the tool and just fix it, because from his experience he knows those tools can really help. The same way, uh, neuro linguistic programming tools Srishti for you has the tools of human behavior, how people communicate and what they communicate. And of course, as an HR, you are going to be the people person. You're going to be around with people, and not even HR. In fact, I think each one of us, I with all of you right now, and you with all of me here, is also connected with each other as people, although we're virtually right now. So in which we have less data rather together. So the point is that as an HR, one, what people communicate is not only important, how they communicate what they communicate. I repeat, how they communicate, what they communicate is more important for you to understand. So whatever they're saying, but they how they what they say is more important. So you would be able to identify the non-verbal cues. You would be able to, for example, if you are planning to go into hiring, you would be able to understand people behavior with some data. Yes, the data would be less, but then this knowledge will help you to gather information and ask the right question at the time of hiring. If you're going towards managing feedback or appraisals, it would help you to ask the right questions at the time of doing a feedback for the managers or for the team, or during the appraisals or during the negotiations. It can also help you to identify the kind of a conflicts which is there in the teams, also very deeper level, because the conflicts at the upper level, for example, productivity is less or efficiency is less, is not the only problem. The problem is something else. And that's what my job is always. I Whenever I go to the meetings with the HRs, or whenever I go to the vendor to understand what the problem is, I always like to spend more time to understand what the key is. And my challenging questions really help me as a trainer to get the real problem as such. These are some of the examples, Rishti, as an HR, which really can help you. In one line, there are many people who have been HR and have done NLP, and it has been very useful. I have an example from the company, one of the very renowned company in IT. It's in Kalyani Nagar, Pune. She's an HR, and now she's promoted as a senior HR as well. I cannot name the person, neither the company right now, and she's doing really, really well. So NLP as a tool can really help people who are into HR professionals, Srishti. That is for you. Thank you so much, Srishti. I will go back to Sandeep's question. Thank you, Vimlesh, for asking the question. And then I will answer Vimlesh's question. People who are in HR from LinkedIn or from Facebook or from YouTube or from Insta, are you able to connect to what I am saying? And if you're not, say no. you know Directly say no, no, we don't understand at all, and I'm here to then clarify more. I'll go to Sandeep. Law of vibration is more important than law of attraction. Yes, Sandeep, I think you are on the right track. Absolutely. There's a book, Power versus Force, by Dr. David Hawkins. He also talks about the kind of vibrations you live in. It really helps. And I think, let us talk scientifically. What is this vibration? I don't know. What I understand very clearly is that when my thoughts, my body, and my the whole thing is aligned, I am on the right track of my actions. The negative part doesn't even come in. what I focus on is only and only positive. Let me give you an example. I'll give you a very simple example. My son is not well since morning. I had a chance of not focusing on my work, but I think my alignment towards my work is very clear, and anything which happens in the overall family is not supposed or just doesn't affect, because maintaining state is what it takes. So the vibrations in which we live in all the day, and is it a practice? Yes, it is a practice, I think, as a human. uh, Buddha also did practice for years to be in that vibration, and when we are in that vibration, things start falling in place. Why? Because our body, the whole body is moving towards a direction. My unconscious is aligned, my actions will speak rather than just my words, right? So it's all about my actions. Sandeep, I hope that is interesting. Repeat the book name. Okay. The book name, Deepika, you can write. It's Power versus Force. Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins. And I have also written one of the quotes, and I say that when, Sandeep, it is not for you, for everyone, when we align the intention to read the book, and when we are intended towards it, the reading of the book will make a lot of sense and will help us achieve things. I believe in reading only 2 pages, but then I believe in action, making actions with those 2 pages. I may have read less, but I like doing actions. This is just from my side. Thank you so much. I would move ahead to another question. Lovely to meet you, Sandeep. I'll keep seeing you in the next upcoming shows as well. Vimlesh. Hi, Vimlesh from YouTube. Okay. Okay, fantastic. We as also has a question. I'll come to VV. Vimlesh, first I'll answer your question. How NLP will help to get rid of past memory, which came again and again? Okay, Vimlesh, I respect your question, and I understand this question is a very deep and important question to answer. Anything which is in a past memory, basically, at the scientific level, at a neurological level, is only kept in a specific representation of how do I feel or how does that person feel, right? Correct. So the way it is kept in the brain at the neurological level, at that moment, in that stimulus, the way the person sees internally, the way the person hears internally, and the way the person feels internally. What NLP does is, with these processes, NLP helps at the first access, at the deeper level, to change the representation itself. So, new code NLP, unconscious signals, all of these games, and the classic code NLP helps to go back, timeline therapies helps to go back in that representation. So I do not say memory. Yes, it is a memory in simple words, but then everything is kind of a representation. For example, if I let me if I show it to you this, if I show this to you, yeah, look at this, yeah. When you see this, what does it trigger you? When you see this, what do you think like? When you see this, what do you feel like? What kind of representation comes inside you? Whatever the representation which comes in is a base, is basically something which is there in your automated box, right? So can it be something else also? Yes, it can be something else as well. So timeline work is a very powerful work, and I really recommend that work or a new code work also to work on the past memories as well. We can do a one-on-one session. You can write to us at connect@iflame.in, and you can book your appointment on that. It's a detailed work which we work upon. Okay, let me move forward to Vivi. The question, okay, I have questions by Vivi. I have a question by Megha. I have a question by Jairaj. All right, let me move ahead. People who are getting Ian Gurul bored, you may like to do something and hear some more music or do different things which will help you to have your attention. I am not asking you to be here. Thank you. Vivi, your question is, welcome, Vimlesh. Your question is, how so does it mean NLP delves more into mind control, that I can choose to control my thoughts, to think and respond Yes, in a certain fashion. VV, two things. Yes, it can help you in a way to control, or rather, what about not even controlling? What about aligning it in a way that whenever I need a state on demand, it just occurs on demand? It is not to be controlled, and it would run in an unconscious way. So after some processes, VB, it would happen in such a way that it would be very automated. It would be easier to have it on demand, to make it unconscious. In starting, there are people who are working towards, doing it consciously, but I think it is more deeper at the unconscious level. And I refrain from the word control. I think each and every behavior which the unconscious is doing is serving some intention. That's one of the presupposition of NLP. You may like to know more about it maybe on the 2nd September also. I think that control, the word control, may be useful or may not be. Check the context in which it is useful and then move ahead. Megha Joban Putra. Thank you so much, Megha. Your question is, uh, Megha, will NLP help to forgive ourselves and others? Will NLP help to speak confidently? Megha, yes. The answer is yes. NLP really helps you to do all these processes. And Megha, I have a challenge over there. The challenge to you, Megha, if you are listening to me, the challenge to you is, what is the intention of that person doing so? Number one, write down that intention of that person doing so. Write down the intention of you doing whatever you did. Remember, the intentions are focused on whatever behavior you did, and then identify, can it be a different behavior to serve the same intention? If there can be a different behavior to serve the same intention, you would know what new behaviors can Megha do to serve the intention. For example, very simple example, Megha, if you were, say, if you were angry on someone and you would like to forgive yourself on the anger, the positive intention of that anger may be to help that person, maybe to take care, maybe you were concerned. Can there be another behavior to make sure the intention is served? Maybe something else, maybe negotiation, maybe proposal. Yes. Can you learn new behaviors? Yes. Did you have those new behaviors and those styles before? Maybe no, maybe at that time it wasn't available. So can I just understand that it is a feedback and not a mistake? And each and every process is a feedback. So take the feedback from yourself and then it will help you to move ahead, Megha. I hope that answers your question, Megha. Thank you so much for your lovely question. You can also write me in detail, and if you want, we can do a process as well. I will see you, Megha, on 2nd September to have more experience sharing. And we would like to do an experience rather with this. Can you explain, Jairaj? Megha, please write that if you understood what I'm saying and if you can challenge yourself. And I will be happy to have your answer here. I'll take Jairaj's question now. Jairaj saying, can you explain the difference between NLP and cognitive behavior therapy? Jairaj, thank you so much for asking this question. This question, Jairaj, has been asked to me multiple times. And I have many people now who are already CBT or REBT, but they have done NLP. I can tell you in one line, NLP is a concept which utilizes tools in a coaching format, in a simple, easy format. In cognitive behavior therapy, my friend Richa, who has done NLP, she has become my friend now. She came in as a client and she did NLP and New Code NLP. You can also connect with her to know more about. In CBT, there are processes which is therapy oriented. In CBT, there are processes which is quite analytical and assessed based on assessments. In NLP, we are each and every moment focusing on how the client, your client, is doing what they are doing. So we focus a lot on collaboration, which is missing over there. And that process itself will open your eyes the way it has opened eyes of Richa Bhake, it has opened eyes for many other viewers who has done NLP with us, who were already CBT and REBT. And they said that, oh my God, there was so much which was there for them to take back and utilize in their coaching. I hope that this much is useful for you. I will move ahead. Thanks, Megha. Thank you so much for your blessings. If the answer given by me right now to Jay Raj is sufficient, please tell me. If you have any other question, please ask so. Thank you, Sandeep, for messaging Swish technique. Yes, it can also work. I'll move on to TDGS. That's interesting. Towards Destiny Global Solution Private Limited. Hello, good evening, TDGS. Thank you so much for being here. Your question to me is, thanks, Ridhima, for the session. Most welcome. I have a question about my behavior. I believe in contribution, not in complaint. Is this helpful for future plans? Fantastic. Okay, in one line, simple. If you believe in contribution, if it is serving your intention, go ahead. Whatever you do, Vishal, every day and every moment, only one thing, ask, is it serving the intention which you're aligned with? Supposing you're behaving some way or you're doing some tasking with your team, whatever you are saying, is it aligned with your intention? Only one question by John Grinder, which hooked me in the new code NLP, is what's the intention? It also comes from Carmen Bostic in Verbal Package. What's the intention? When you would focus on each and everything which you are doing, whether you're contributing and not complaining, and will this be helpful in your future plans? Ask what's the intention. Second, Vishal, for example, there is a thing which you would like to complain, but you're refraining from complaining it and you're just avoiding it. In that case, what is stopping you to propose a discussion with your stakeholder if that is not helpful to you and if it is disturbing you? My suggestion would be go back and check whether it is serving that intention, which is aligned at the higher level. Maybe no. If it is not serving the intention, what is stopping you to go back and speak to these stakeholders and discuss and propose a new proposal and negotiate with it? If the refraining or if not complaining is serving an intention to you to manage your tasking or your behavior or your plans in your future, fantastic. Anything which you do, whether it is serving the intention and whether the state which you get in is helpful to you, is resourceful to you, check with that each and every time. As I understand that you are at a level where you're performing many different tasks, I wish you all the best and let me know if this was useful. Thank you so much, Vishal, for your question. I have one more question. Sandeep, okay, I'll come back to you, Sandeep. Thank you, Megha. I have one more question, and then I'll take Sandeep's question. Vishal, let me know if this was useful. I have a question by Amol, and he says that I'm a project manager, and my job is to manage projects. Fantastic, Amol. I've had many people who are from IT. They're working in different companies. I have one of my clients who is also working in Amazon, and he's at a very good level. Amol says, I'll come back to question of Amol now. Amol says, how can I use these tools? How can these tools help me in my project management while managing teams? Okay, and managing projects. All right. Amol, your question is quite interesting. Your question is about using the tools for managing teams. I have answered some bit of it already. I'll answer it in a different style for you as a project manager. So as a project manager, most of the project managers are doing the task of managing the teams, discussing with their stakeholders, getting the task on deadline, giving the client services and the values as per the contract, and making sure that the intention of value and services remains so that the client is at the moment satisfied and the products gets repeated. You also have some issues like, I'm just generalizing project management, some issues like you have less of manpower. Sometimes you are arranging manpower, you're negotiating again with people, etc. I assume, I'm not a project manager, I am not a PMP, but I assume based on my experience with people who are project managers and PMP is that they do have challenges, and it it all involves a lot of people management. So, Amol, to answer your question, if you are in people management, if you are in managing these projects and achieving these deadlines, influencing and language patterns definitely helps, which I have spoken about. One more thing which has helped my a client who is a project manager already is NLP has helped him to maintain the state at the time when there is an issue, at the time when there is a situation which is difficult, and the client used to lose the state, and now the client is able to maintain the resourceful state and manage the situation. And at last, that is what matters a lot. That how do you manage those crises, right? So NLP as a tool really helps in your own growth as a manager and as a leader, Amol. I hope this answers your question. Thank you so much for your question. And I would be happy to know from all the viewers, does it make sense to all of you? Maintaining state, is it a good thing? How would you like to do it? Let me know. Does it make sense? I would go ahead. I have one more question from other platform. I'll go ahead to Sandeep's question, then I'll take that question. Okay. Sandeep has a question on the science of giving. All right. Sandeep, I think this is quite a broader topic. What I understand from this topic is very simple. I understand that it is a process, and any process serves the intention, in my experience. So if you are doing a process of giving, what happens is the more you give, the more it comes back to you naturally as a universal law. This is only from my experience. This has nothing to do with NLP here at this moment. I'm talking only from my experience of my whole profession, as well as my childhood experience. I have seen my family, I have seen my colleagues, I have seen my managers, I have seen my team members. I have seen a lot of experiences in which, yes, giving has it has come back in multifolds to me when I give. So I believe in that, and I think that's why I'm here, right? Okay, let me move ahead. Okay, yes, you can ask a question on 2nd September. Yes, absolutely. On 2nd September, what are we doing is we are opening about coaching. We are opening NLP. We are opening New Code NLP. We are discussing how to become a coach using NLP and New Code NLP as a step-by-step process, which is, I think, is missing. I focus a lot on how do we do the process, what do we do in our entire methodology, and what is NLP for people. We also focus on the process of business, people who are here to become coaches and would like to create their niche, learn digital marketing, etc. That's also there. So yes, it's a detailed discussion. In that discussion, we also do our 1 second, my battery. Okay. We also do the Q&A round. We also do experience of NLP techniques so that you actually understand NLP. All right, that is all about the 2nd September. I would like to take last question. It's 7:10 by my watch here. And the question right now I have from Atul Kapoor. Hey, Atul. Atul Kapoor is a fantastic person. You would love to connect with Atul Kapoor on LinkedIn. Do you mean that difficult state remains within a person thought to keep in that state? Or would it be resourceful state that would help with a person? Okay, Atul, again, yes, intention. So if there is a state which is in New Code NLP, Atul, you understand NLP very well. So I'll give you the answer in that way. Okay. In New Code NLP, what I have learned in my experience, Atul, is that John Grinder has always mentioned that you have the state on demand whenever you want it. And it is like you will not ask also from unconscious. You will have an agreement and a negotiation with the unconscious that unconscious will produce the state required on demand at that moment. Like right now, when I'm answering the question to you, I did not know that this is the way I will be answering. But the point is, this is an example which I wanted to give it to you, that New Code NLP prepares you at a different level, wherein your unconscious would take care of the things that then your conscious taking care of. That's number one. Number two, at the surface level, which we are talking, that whether the intention of the difficult situations is also the intentions of high performance state? Maybe yes. If it is helpful, if it serves a purpose, absolutely. Correct. So that can be looked as a reframe in NLP that yes, this is that way. And what I am saying, Atul, is a little different also. And I'm saying that can we also have my unconscious aligned and have those states whenever it is required to have it. And it would just happen on its own. I hope that it serves your it serves the details which you're looking for, Atul. I would be always happy to have a discussion with you, Atul. Thank you, viewers. It was lovely having you all. I still have some more questions left. I will take this last question. Um, Rohit's asked me how, as an entrepreneur, I can use NLP. Rohit, simple. NLP has so many tools. One of the tools which I can tell you is you can use NLP for achieving your goals. You are an entrepreneur, and every time and every moment, I understand as an entrepreneur, you have some task or some goals to be achieved. And NLP can help you align your goals and help you achieve faster through different kind of games or the states. Okay, all right. I hope that this is sufficient for you as an entrepreneur. You can do multiple things. However, one of the technique, if you would like to go ahead and check, circle of excellence is one of the technique to gain state and focus on your goal. With that, well-formed outcomes is also one of the techniques which help you to achieve your goal. I hope this is sufficient. I will see you on 2nd of September, Thursday at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8:30 over there to have a discussion in detail. You can ask me all the questions over there. We would be experiencing NLP, doing the technique, and having more detailed discussion on how coaching is moving the industry and booming the whole process in the industry. I will see you all on Thursday at 2nd September at 6 p.m. IST. Sandeep, thank you so much for asking the questions. I hope that I can answer this one in the webinar itself. It will take more time. I would be happy to answer and have more discussion. Let's keep something for that day also. Yes, my team is sending messages. We have 3 things coming up. We have new code NLP diploma, which is coming up in October. We have a classic code NLP diploma, which is coming up in October. It's also here in August. People who would like to join right now, they can join. We are glad to announce, and thanks to ITA, NLP Academy, Michael, John, and Carmen for us to make the satellite partner for trainers training in India. Trainers training in India is basically training of NLP in which you will become a trainer with ITA. The training will be given by John Grinder, Michael Carroll, and Carmen Bostic Sinclair. And the training would happen in the satellite in our office. You can visit our satellite. You would be undergoing the entire mentorship and the facilitation with me there in India. And with the process of evaluations, then you become the trainer with ITA. Michael, Carmen, and John, sir, all of them with the global mentors will give you an amazing experience of lifetime. I can guarantee that. I'm there in front of all of you, and I think you can trust on that part. If you would like to know this in-depth training which is going to happen, you can definitely send us an email at connect@iflame.in, and you can have a one-on-one discussion with me on trainers training by NLP Academy live stream by John Michael Carmen and a satellite partner here in India. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Atul. Thank you. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you, Sandeep. It was amazing to have you. I would like to see you more. Thank you so much, everyone, whomsoever was here. Megha, Sandeep, Vivi, Vishal. There are other people who are there. I'm not taking their names, but there's so many. I'm missing out. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here live. I'll see you on Thursday, 2nd September. Take care. Ciao. Bye. Have a nice evening. I hope it was useful. Ending the stream.